So today I'm smoking a whole ribeye. I'm also making some smoked au jus to go with it. I'm using the bones that I trimmed off that whole ribeye to make that. The first thing we're gonna do is get some seasoning on them. I started with some AP and some of my TX, a good heavy dose on these whole ribeye bones. And now I'm ready to get them on some smoke. This is gonna give that au jus some good flavor. I'm gonna put them right by the firebox side. All right, these beef ribs have been in the smoke a little over an hour. I just wanted to get some color on the outside, some of that smoke flavor. Now it's time to get them panned up with some liquid. They're looking really good. Got a nice little bark going, starting to get some fat rendering out. So I want to add some flavor to this au jus. I'm going to start by putting in some onion, got some herbs, some rosemary, and we've got some garlic we're going to scatter around. All these are going to make some good flavor to the liquid that we're going to draw out of these ribs. So I've got just one box of beef broth. I'm going to add the liquid to the pan. I'm not trying to cover the ribs. I'm just trying to add some moisture, help them steam, help them release some of that good beefy flavor. And then to kick it up just a little notch, I'm going to use some of my beef concentrate. It's going to make it real beefy. And I'm not measuring. I just put a few good squirts. I'm going to let all this get happy underneath the foil now. We got to break these ribs down, render that meat, let it get steamy, make us a good au jus. Get the lid closed, keep letting it roll. So our au jus has been in the pan, breaking down those ribs. Let's see where we're at. It's been on about 2.5 hours wrapped. I know these ribs probably gave us everything they had. Oh yeah, we got drawback. They're about falling apart. But that flavor, those onions, the rosemary, the drippings, the beef broth, that's gonna be fantastic. So I'm gonna take the ribs out of the pan. You know I gotta gnaw on these bones, but what I really want is all this juice. Now I have to strain it. So what I'm gonna do, try to pour it right over this wire strainer. It'll catch all the onions, the garlic, the rosemary, get the flavor without all that in it. It's gonna cool down. I'm gonna be able to get the fat off the top of it. Then to warm it back up, I'm gonna put it in a little boiler pot on the stove and reduce it down, concentrate those flavors. So we reduced the au jus down in a pot right on the stove, and it was just about 20-30 minutes. Concentrates those flavors. So I'm just gonna pour it in a quart jar here. It's good and dark looking. You can see the seasonings and the viscosity of it, all that goodness. That is a lot of au jus, and all it needs is some good rare beef to dip in it. You know it's delicious. I can't wait to get that prime rib done.